Thank you, Madam Chair. As the co-founder of the Congressional Out of Poverty Caucus and chair of the Democratic Whip Task Force on Poverty and Opportunity, I rise today to continue talking about the ongoing crisis of poverty and the impact of sequester. We are well aware of the impact of sequester. It's having on many, many communities across the country in terms of devastating some of the basic social safety network that we have all benefited from in many, many ways. They're really very, very harmful to our most vulnerable. Nearly 50 million Americans, including 16 million children all across our country and in every congressional district, are living in poverty. Yet the sequester continues to have devastating impacts on access to childhood education, affordable housing, hot meals for low-income seniors, Head Start, and countless other programs that help low-income and vulnerable Americans. But, Madam Speaker, these draconian cuts are not enough for some of my colleagues, given what took place last night at the Ag Committee. Last night, the Ag Committee passed a $20 billion cut to our nation's first line of defense against hunger in the Farm Bill. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as the Food Stamp Program, is really a vital lifeline for millions of Americans. Now, as a young single mother, I relied on food stamps and public assistance during a very difficult period. Let me tell you, no one wants to be on food stamps. But it is a bridge over troubled water. And so I am quite frankly appalled and very sad to see my colleagues attacking the integrity of such essential programs for families that need a helping hand during difficult times. As we work to create, hopefully, a balanced reauthorization of the Farm Bill, we must keep in mind the people, the families, and businesses impacted by these proposed cuts. Nearly half of all SNAP recipients are children. 1 in 5 children in America are at risk of hunger, and we know that nearly half of all children in America will be on SNAP benefits sometime during their childhood. That's half of all children in America. Not only does SNAP help put food on the table for struggling families, every $1 increase in SNAP benefits generates $1.70 in economic activity. Yet if the Farm Bill becomes law, more than 2 million families will be cut off from this economic lifeline. With unemployment still at 7.5%, and in some communities it's over 13%, and the rate of poverty at 15%, again, some communities it's 27 to 30%, ongoing cuts to SNAP and other nutrition assistance programs will increase hunger in America, and we will see even greater consequences. Hungry children cannot learn in schools and suffer developmental delays. Hungry children have worse health outcomes. Hungry children have bleaker economic outlooks through the rest of their adult lives. But the impacts don't stop there. Cuts to critical nutrition programs don't just hurt the hungry families who rely on them, they hurt the economies of local communities. Have less money to spend in local stores. Allowing an increase in hunger across America will threaten our nation's ability to develop highly skilled and highly educated workforce that we will need to compete in the 21st century. We must not make cuts on the backs of hungry children to balance our budgets. Doing so would be morally wrong and an economic disaster. Madam Speaker, instead of scheduling a 37th vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act, we should come together to work to find an approach for all Americans to help get everyone back to work. We need a comprehensive solution to replace the sequester and to address the ongoing crisis of poverty. That is why, with the support of our Democratic caucus, we started a task force on poverty and opportunity in February, which I am proud to chair. We are working to build support for a comprehensive national strategy to help eliminate poverty, grow the economy, and create millions of new jobs, and I urge all of my colleagues to join us. I also hope that our colleagues will join myself, Representatives Jim McGovern, our Congressional Black Caucus Chair Marcia Fudge, Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky, and our Democratic Caucus Vice Chair Joe Crowley in taking the food stamp challenge. We need to raise the level of awareness of what is taking place here in Washington, D.C. And so what we're going to do is commit ourselves to limiting our food budget to the average SNAP benefit for a week. That's $1.40 per person per meal. We will show how vital it is to strengthen and fully fund SNAP, and we're asking all those who can do this to join with this. We've got to protect the most vulnerable, grow the economy, and SNAP is one of the best programs to do just that. So it's time not to slash it, but to support it.
Gentlelady's time's expired. Soon to